From board meetings to Bible studies, in 10 years of ministry, this question is still my favorite way to start every meeting. Hey everyone, it's Pastor Dave and welcome to the Art of Ministry channel where I make videos about ministry and everything that involves. So if ministry is part of your life and you find these videos helpful, be sure to hit like, subscribe, hit the bell to turn on notifications, and leave a comment letting me know what kind of stuff you want me to cover in the future. My favorite question for starting just about any kind of meeting is, where has the Lord met you recently? I love this question because right off the bat it puts everyone's attention on God and invites them to think about how God has been faithful to them recently. It might sound like a simple thing, but it's amazing how long we can go without ever stopping to pay attention to what God is up to in our lives and how God is meeting us. Asking people where God has met them recently puts their attention on God's work in their lives. And right away, this puts the rest of the meeting in the proper framework. People often come to meetings ready to present or ready to argue or just ready for it to be over. And by asking where God has met them, it reminds them that the ultimate purpose of this meeting or this Bible study or whatever it is to attend to God among us and within us. Everything else is secondary and subservient to that, and it keeps the rest of the meeting in the right perspective and framework. Now, if I'm introducing this question to a new group who isn't used to it yet, usually I get a lot of blank stares because they're not sure exactly what I mean. So I'll sometimes explain a bit more and say something like, well, when did you recently notice that God was up to something in your life? It could be when you read something in the Bible or had a conversation with a friend or received an unexpected gift or faced a really difficult challenge. It can be any time you think God was at work in your life, even if you didn't notice it at the time. I'll also tell people to keep it as brief as possible. The point of asking the question is not so that the whole group gets to hear a long story from each person, but so that each person takes the time to pay attention to God. So I'll say, you don't need to give us the backstory, just tell us as briefly as you can where God has met you. You can say, God comforted me after a really hard day, or God opened some doors for me that made a big decision easier to make, or something like that. Don't give us the whole story or even the whole context, just a short comment about when God met you recently. And once the group has gotten used to you starting meetings this way, you might have to gently push them to go a little bit deeper. Often someone will share about something that recently made them feel good, but it's not really clear how God was involved, so you might want to ask a follow-up question. For example, if someone says, oh, the other day I got to spend some time with my family and it was wonderful. You might say, that's great, thank you for sharing. And how do you think God was involved with that? Or what about that time with family made you feel closer to God? Or what do you think God was trying to accomplish in you or tell you through that time? It's worth making sure that people aren't just paying attention to recent positive experiences in general, but specifically to how God is meeting them in those experiences. So that's my favorite question for starting ministry-related meetings. I hope you try it out yourself. And if you do, leave a comment and let me know how it goes. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, notify, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.